Hi everyone, welcome back to channel. So today we are going to talk about Keycloak integration with Angular, as well as how Keycloak can be integrated with Spring Boot. And suppose we have some REST endpoint, how we can secure the REST endpoint. So in today's video we are going to learn about that. So let's start the video and let me first show you how I have configured the Keycloak. Okay, so I'm using Docker Compose to start the Keycloak. So I'm using version 22, and these are some environment variable which are necessary because I'm using a database along with Keycloak. So and it is exposed to 8080 port, and this is the debug port, and this is the volume which I have used for custom SPIs. Okay, and this is the Keycloak DB, and this is the MySQL DB which is connected to SPIs. So in my previous videos I have used a custom SPI. So if anybody wants to see about Keycloak customization, they can go and check my previous video. I will give the link in the description. Okay, and now let me show you the Keycloak. Okay, so in the Keycloak, customer is the ream I have created. Okay, so this is the new ream I have created, and let me show you the client. So customer is the client which I have created, and here you one more thing is notable thing we have to do is like valid redirect URI. So this we have to configure it properly. We can give as many redirect URI what we want. Okay, and web origin I have given star. Okay, and the client authentication, this should be a public client. Okay, so I have used the Keycloak JS in Angular. So Keycloak JS wants the client to be a public client. Without public client it doesn't work. Okay, so we can see this here defined. If it is set to off, it is set to public access type. Okay, so we have to do that, and if we do public access type, we won't see the credential tab here. Okay, so this is the thing what we have to do, and rest of the things are similar, and yes, rest of the things are similar. So login theme we haven't choose, it will uh, default, it will get it, take it. And this is the user test 01 at gmail.com is the user. Okay, and what are the roles mapped, role mapping? So role admin, role manager, and test. So these are the three roles what we have configured and assigned to this user. Okay, and this is all about Keycloak thing. And now let me show you the Angular code, how I have configured Keycloak JS and how it is connected to Keycloak. Okay, and this is the Angular code, and let me show you the Angular code. First is like let me show you the dependency. And Angular, it is based on 17 and Keycloak Angular, so it is nothing but a Keycloak JS, which the dependency we need to add. Okay, and here nothing special. Proxy dot conf I have used because on the backend Spring Boot application I'm calling it, it is running on 9090. Okay, and this is pretty simple. Main.ts nothing to show, index.html nothing to show, and Keycloak config.ts. Okay, so this is the Keycloak config. Okay, and this is the main class or dependency configuration class for the Keycloak, which is very important. Okay, so here Keycloak is pointing to 8080. We need to specify what is the ream. Customer is the ream, and client ID, and customer is the client. So I have shown you the ream name was a customer with a C capital, and the client ID was again a customer with a C small. Okay, but anything we whatever the configuration we want to do, we can do. Okay, and in environment.ts, okay, and API URL slash API I have given. Okay, and the production is false, Keycloak. So here I have specified the Keycloak config here. Okay, and the base URL is 9090. It is pointing to your Spring Boot. Okay, and let me show you one important thing, app module. So in the app module, I have admin component, manager component, and access denied component. So this I will show you. Browser module, Keycloak Angular module. So this is the module, Keycloak Angular module. We have to import it here. Okay, and in the provider we need to define like this. Okay, app initializer, Keycloak service. Okay, so we need to do this. Auth guard I have used, auth service I have used, the common service I have used. I will explain you each thing one by one. Okay, app component, nothing is there here. Welcome to home, where I'm router I have specified slash admin slash manager. Okay, let me show you the routing file. So if the path is empty, okay, if it is like on the home, and I have used the auth guard, and the role should be test. So if I'm coming to the home page, means like role should be test, means like the token should have a role of test. If I'm going to admin, I need a role slash admin. If I'm going to manager, and I need role slash manager, and these are the roles which I have shown you on the Keycloak. These are the roles present with the user, and this is the access denied component. Okay, and let me show you the auth guard. So auth guard is nothing but here from the Keycloak service, you can see this is a Keycloak service. It's a Keycloak class. So auth guard, what is it is doing it? If it is not authenticated, it is redirecting to uh, not authenticated page. Okay, so here I'm fetching the role, get the roles required from the root, and if additional roles are required to access the root, and here if no roles are present, here I'm navigating to access denied here, else means like it is true. So this auth guard will protect the root. Okay, and auth service we have to write it here. We have to implement a few things like a get logged in user detail, it will go is logged in. Okay, dot Keycloak is logged in, load user profile. So here dot Keycloak load user profile, login, Keycloak dot login, logout. Okay, get token, add token to header. So these are the few things we have to implement it. And common service, here I'm getting calling the admin endpoint API v1 admin. Okay, and add token to header. So auth service, what I am doing is auth token to header, so it will add the token to a header. Okay, and I'm calling the URL, and same thing here, I'm setting the bearer token here. Okay, and I'm calling this. Okay, and again coming back to Keycloak init. So this is one of the important file, Keycloak file. Here I have specified Keycloak option. So environment.config is like environment.keycloak. Here I am navigating it, so it is actually referring this Keycloak config. Okay, and let me again open the file. Load profile at startup is true, init option, so login required, flow is standard. So here some other values are also there, so you can go and check the documentation if anything you want to change it. Okay, bearer excluded URL is empty, and keycloak.init, and this is the initialization file, how the Keycloak will be initialized. Okay, and this is all about service, and admin is nothing, it's a simple thing. Okay, on init it is calling the get admin data, and the common service it is calling the Spring Boot URL at the backend, and it is printing it here. Okay, ID name and something. It's a very simple thing I have done. Okay, and same way as manager, it is again calling get manager data. I have shown in the common service. Okay, and it is doing that, and the service I have explained, and this is the access denied page. If user doesn't have a role, it will show give you the access denied. Okay, and now let me start the project, and before that let's go back to Keycloak and show the user again. Okay, and this is the user, test username, and role mapping. Let me remove this role mapping admin, or let me remove this manager part unassigned. So as of now, role admin and test are the two roles which is mapped to uh, that user. Now let's check. Okay, now you can see that I have started the Angular. Okay, and it is accessible on 4200, and let me open in incognito window. Okay, and we can see it is like redirected to Keycloak login page. Here you can see the client ID, redirect URI is mentioned, the state is there, and the response. Let me show you the response code. Scope is OpenID, response code is code. Okay, and response mode is fragment and all. So this is Keycloak JS is doing it, and let me log in with a user. Test 01. This is the user what we have created, and we have assigned the role we have seen. Okay, and we can see it is successfully logged in, and it is working. And once we click on let me show you the inspect network tab. Once we click on admin, yes, the admin endpoint is working, so it is pointing to 9090. It is a Spring Boot application, so I will show you this as well. Okay, and this is working. So once we click on manager, it is access denied. Okay, because the token doesn't have the manager role, so it is not even reaching the Spring Boot. It is like auth guard is uh, meant like blocking the request. So let me show you the access token. Okay, this is the access token. We can do a jwt.io, we can check it. Okay, so here we can see the test is the role which is required to get access the home page we have seen, and the role admin is for admin endpoint, admin page, and we don't have a manager role, so that's why it is being blocked by the auth uh, auth service here. Let me show you again. We'll go to routing module. So you can see this is for the home page. Here the test is the role, and this is for the admin/admin route. Here the role admin is required, but for the manager, role manager is required. Since this is not present, what authguard is doing it, I mean, like it is navigating to access denied page, and access denied page is this one where this is getting printed, and we can see as well. Sorry. Sorry. Here we can see when we click on manager, we are getting the access denied. So, and in this way we can configure Angular with the Keycloak. So this is very limited or very small thing we can do. Few things are hard coded yet, but we can easily do with some environment files and all, where we don't need to hard code this variable and all, so we can do that. But the most important thing is means like the role mapping and all, if you want to do it here or as well as at the back end, I mean in the Spring Boot, we have the option to do that. And one of the most important thing is the the client the client should be public client, otherwise it will not work. Okay, and that's all about Angular. And now let me show you how things are working on the Spring Boot. Okay, and now let me show you the Spring Boot part, how it is integrated with the Keycloak and how the whole thing is working, like Angular and Spring Boot along with the Keycloak, how things are working, how Keycloak is sending the as a bearer token, and how Spring Boot is parsing the token, and how rules and permissions are working here. Let me show you this. Okay, so let's first check the pom.xml. So here it is based on the 3.2.3. This is the dependency we need: Spring Boot Starter oAuth resource server, and this is Spring Web, and this is the Spring Security oAuth through JOS. So this is the dependency we need for this. And let me show you the files. Okay, so these are the two things which are required. So Spring Security oAuth 2 resource server JWT issuer URL. So this is the issuer URL, we have to configure it. Okay, and since Keycloak is running on 8080 port, so I have specified 8080 reams and customers. So customer is a name of a ream, so which I have shown you. Okay, and what is the client? Okay, and the client is the customer. Okay, so customer is the client. Let me show you again. Okay, so you can see the ream setting. So customer is the ream name, and the client is nothing but this customer. Okay, and let me show you this how it looks like. If you open this, okay, and you can see it will give you the public key. Okay, and token service array, account service URL, token not be so this is some information it will give you. Okay, so this is the very basic thing we need to configure it, and that's how Keycloak can be integrated with Spring Boot as a resource server. So there are other ways to do it, which I can explain you maybe in some other video, but uh, for this requirement or this type of thing, this is the only thing which we have to do. Okay, and now let me show you some files. Security configuration. So this is the first file we have to do: enable method security configuration. Okay, here the issuer URL I am reading it, and the client name I am reading it. So this is the filter chain. This is a very basic thing, you can get it anywhere, or even I can share I will be sharing the code. Okay, here CSRF course and all what we are doing it. So any request which is authorized and should be authenticated with oAuth 2 resource server. So oAuth 2 resource server JWT decode, and here the issuer URL I am passing it. Okay, and JWT custom, this is the custom converter. Okay, and sorry, this is the custom converter. Okay, and this is the custom converter I have wrote it. I will explain you. Okay, this is the one. Okay, and here this is the one. Okay, here what we are doing, here we are passing the client name, and this is the course and all. This is not much use, but even if a course problem is coming, we can use that. Okay, and this is the converter thing which is important here. Okay, custom JWT granted authority converter. So this is the one which will parse the roles. Okay, and here we have to specify the method name. Here you have to specify the method name, and here it is a HTTP session which is stateless, and HTTP build. So this is very pretty simple. The only new thing is this is the converter class. So now let me show you the converter class. Here I am passing the client name. So why the client name is required here, I will explain you in a bit. Okay, so here the convert method is getting called. So here I have created a final roles as a empty array list of granted authority. Okay, and here extract. So there are two types of roles in a Keycloak. One is like in fact three types. So here let me explain you. One are ream roles, one are client roles, and one are composite roles. So it is a mix of client and uh, ream roles. So here I have used ream roles. So here what the method it will do is gwt get claim ream access. Okay, and here final roles I'm passing it. So let me show you the token again. So here you can see this token. So here ream access you can see. So from this ream access what it will do is I will fetch all these roles and put it in the array list what I have created it here. Okay, so this is what it will do. Okay, and here I'm getting a map, and inside map roles are there. You can see this is the role, and here if roles are not due, and I'm adding it to the list of final roles with a simple granted authority. Okay, and this is what is being done here. And what about ream resource? Let's suppose we have a client role. So let me show you the method first. Here a resource access, and then account is a client. Account is a client, and inside client roles are there. Okay, and if suppose I have a client role, and the Spring Boot should work with the client roles also. So that's why this method is I have written. So first I will get from the resource access. The resource access is not equal to empty. I will get it from the client name, since my client name is customer, but as per this example we don't have a customer role, so that's why nothing is there. But in that case it will come out, else it will go inside customer. I will show you might be in a bit while, and it will get the roles, and it will append the roles in the final roles. Okay, and it will return the final roles, and in that way your parsing will work. Okay, and before jumping to other topic, let me create a client role and generate a token and explain again. Okay, let's go to Keycloak. So this is the client. We have to go to roles, create a new role. Suppose a role underscore client underscore admin. Okay, and role has been created, and let's go to the user. We have to map the role to the user. We have to go to role mapping, assign role client. Okay, and we have to do the mapping so that it is part of the token. Okay, and now let's see. Let me open Angular again, and okay, okay, this is the token. Okay, so now we can see under ream resources the customer is coming, and under roles role client admin is coming. So that's how I was explaining here. Under ream resource client is nothing but your customer, and under customer roles are there, and roles for each role we are iterating it, and we are pushing the roles into a final role. under convert method. So this is how your role parsing and all it will the Spring Boot will handle the Spring this part will automatically handle it. Okay, and now let me show you the controller thing. Demo controller, it is nothing but API v1 admin. So this is how we have seen on the here it this is working. Okay, so this is nothing but admin endpoint. It is returning this customer and admin, super admin and all. So it is a simple thing what for testing I have done. So here pre-authorize I have given role underscore admin. So that's how it is working. Okay, and if the role, if on the token role is not present, it won't work. Okay, and similarly for manager, role manager should be present here. Uh, Else it won't work. Okay, and let me go back to Angular. Okay, and let me show you the token again. So in the token in the ream access we have seen that there is no manager access. Okay, and let's see how the manager will work. And before that we have to remove the auth guard to see how things are working on the back end. Okay, and yes, so this is the routing so this is the routing file where this is a manager route. So here I have commented the auth guard and this thing, otherwise the call will not go to backend. Okay, and now let's me click on the manager here. Yes, so from this 403 is coming. So 403 is coming from the Spring Boot here, and the Spring Boot is properly working, and it needs a manager role. So it needs a manager role that, else it won't work. So this is how we can configure, we can protect our microservice against rule based access. And even if we remove this also, means like it can be it need or means like it will work, because if any type of authentication will be required to work. But if we add this, means like it is like a role based uh, protecting the REST endpoint with a role. Okay, and now let's try to add this role and check again. Okay, in a Keycloak. Okay, assign role manager, I'm adding it. Okay, and I have to log in again since I have not added a logout point. So let me close it, and let me show you one more thing. This user sessions, so we can log out from here also. Let me log out here, and let me go to home page and refresh it. Here again redirecting to home page. Okay, test. So here I have successfully logged in. Okay, and now let me access the manager endpoint. Yes, now the manager endpoint it works properly. We can see these are the data uh, I have configured here. Okay, so this is a static data. Okay, so it is a very simple thing which I have done to explain you how we can connect Keycloak with Angular, how we can connect Keycloak with Spring Boot, and how both of the things we can connect, we can use to make one project or any type of application we can use it. Okay, and there are other ways to handle since we use a microservice, there are other ways to handle also. Maybe on some other next videos I will come up with, like we can use it with some we can make a library, security library, or we can use the API gateway to do the role based check, or we can use some history also to do the same thing. So there are multiple ways to do that, but here to explain this is a very basic way where most of the places these are the things a very easy way are used. So that's how it is a very simple way to configure, to connect a Keycloak with the Spring Boot, and to protect the API with the role base. Okay, and with this I am ending my session for today. And if you like the content, please share the video or like the video, and please subscribe my channel. And surely I will come up with some new videos about authentication and authorization. Okay, thank you for watching my video. See you on the next video.